Matsuoka.
We see pitcher Matsuda batting at number 5. So, you know, plays in...
Matsuda, the week, unbeaten. Last night, a bit of a reality check.
Now.
Matsuda, 2 balls. That's better, and that's a good hit too. It's big. It'll be to the fence. Around they come, Australia. Brilliant start for them, and into home comes.
Jump out to a good start, and we see Southam here getting his arms extended on the rise ball, hitting it out to the fence. See there, he just shaped around. It was almost faking the bunt. Tanner with speed was always going to score on that ball that goes out there over the head of Yokoyama and
to bring home. Another decent piece for Cameron Bint. He's had a couple of pieces.
2 strikes.
Bint gets ahead. The out's taken on first in the batter's box.
Of his motion and power that he can generate from his legs as you see him squatting to his pitch there.
Argentina behind the plate. The plate umpire. This time awaiting the first pitch from Matsuda. That one's good. Looking for the pick off on second. Just checking the Australia. Australia poised to take advantage here at the top of the first.
Winters taking off on the steal.
Goolagong. 1 strike.
Ball.
Really is looking a picture. Back to Goolagong on the box. 1-on-1 for him as Matsuda sends him his next delivery.
Argentina behind the plate. Canadian umpire at first. From Matsuda. Takes a little bit off it. You see.
Good work last night. But his team will want him to bring these runners home. And some smaller, sprightly players as well. That time it's fire. I wouldn't have a bar of it. Here's Matsuda now, 1-1. In the frame. A drive down the third baseline will bring 2 runners home. Brilliant stuff from the Australians.
Over the years, Matsuda worked hard, got Shales hitting on top of a rise ball, simple ground ball to third base right between the wickets. That then allows Southam and Winters to come home comfortably, and at the same time Shales goes around to second base. So from potentially coming out of that first innings.
Andy Kirkpatrick now in the box.
Choking up a little bit on the bat. Ball. Plays his softball in Japan.
As Matsuda tries to close out the innings here, already 3 runs in it, winds himself up, and it's well wide. Nope. Says that he checked himself. Full house now on Kirkpatrick.
Ball.
Out here for the world champions is Matsuda now. First pitch to Norton.
Changes, offensive and defensively.
Ball. Moment. 2 balls and no strikes. Is Matsuda. Taking 2 balls. For Matsuda. There's a piece. Easy out on third. Retiring. He wanted to get on base early. Just heavily ranked.
Ball. Sun. Ball.
Little piece of a hopper. Easy pick off there.
Ball. Ball. By pitcher Kirkpatrick. Putting the shift on. He'll be right by the base. Ball.
This place is going to rock and roll big time up.
Nakamura. And are both batting for the catches. Because both
31-year-old, this is his 2nd World Series. Goes out swinging.
Get the strikeout there, but the steal throw from Havercroft bounces well short.
Runner on two outs.
Robin. So very from the number 4 hitter for Japan.
Added to by the experience and expertise of the man behind the plate. The out is taken on first. And Matsuda now. A distinctive style. Harris gets a decent old piece of it. Steadies himself. Datoko makes the call.
Part in the game last night.
Off Harris.
In this half of the inning.
A low pitch, but Harris does well. Gets it over the infield. Will get himself around to second base. Great batting from the leadoff bat. No outs. Matsuda under pressure.
When he's on.
Japan need to work hard. Here's Matsuda. Control. That was a poor pitch. And allowing the easy run through to third. Tanner will be wanting to bring his man home. And they've got out on third. That is clever play.
Off a little bit too far. Ball goes in front of the plate. You see, he doesn't know where to go. Yes, no, yeah, oh, no. And that's when the old O comes.
Here's Matsuda's first pitch. To Southern. This is Matsuda to Southern.
Tanner to steal.
1-1. Hold. 2 strikes to 1 ball. Important pitch.
Tanner and Southern last time get hits.
So they don't get away from the Japanese players. Here's Matsuda. Important pitch once again. It's time. There's a hopper. It's been in the box for a long time. There's Joel Southern. Here at bat. No more important than the one in your face now.
Nice play.
Good play.
Second, first, double play.
If World Series Championship. Don Freeman Field. Rosedale Park, Auckland. 1 strike.
Ball.
Always know when it hits the sweet spot on the bat and where it's going.
Let's have another look at the K.
There's Kirkpatrick throwing the rise ball. You see the...
Now.
With a lot of experience for Coach Nishimura.
It's a piece here and centre field. And easily take it. Sky Sports coverage of this wonderful tournament. Here we go with Japan.
So the...
Kingo now 2-2. Should be an easy out on first, and it is.
Good start for Kingo here. Bint across to third base. The Japanese are beautiful to watch when they're fielding, and absolutely.
But he's done some good work since.
We just turned with the ball that came through the batter's box. A little bit different in that situation. Almost.
This time it's good.
Count turns in the favour of the hitter. What we've also seen is that tight
Get onto it, it will stay hit.
running.
Looking for the pick off at second. The runner wins the battle.
Runner going. Kataoka, great throw down. Shortstop chases him, just gets him there. I think the umpire said yes, he did. Kick him on the midsection region by Todd Hunter. Though the game can change.
I want to shut him out here.
Sorry to interrupt you. Nobunori Nishimura. Pitching legend from Japan. The fence was coming a little bit closer. Always got to keep.
Cuts a middle, the third base, 1-1. Checks himself there. Looking to see if he went there. The luxury of being able to rest the fastest pitcher in the world.
Really good 1-2 punch.
Oh, piece of sky ball.
So you do have a very, very strong challenge from baseball, don't you?
So many other sports, and everybody wants to be in this team from Asia, and obviously if you look at the results of the Asian teams here, there's still quite a bit to go in terms of development and the level of
development of softball in the Asian community on the rise. This is Kirkpatrick, but a deja vu here, straight to second, to first, to one ball to really need to start doing some work with the bat. Fly ball, and Nishimori involved in Tim Crone, must be an interesting guy. Turn at bat for him.
One out.
That brings Kenji Nakamura, the designated
Japanese brand. Been a big supporter of Japan softball over the years. Was actually,
of course, major sponsors of the Japanese team. To the batter's box. But here in the batter's box, they've struggled somewhat against Kirkpatrick.
the dugout almost. One.
There's a piece. An easy take for centre field. As Mark was saying, 2 balls on Harris. Kingo on the mound. End of the rising sun.
By Mark Harris. Michael Tanner.
Tanner's been good. Goals. 2 outs. This is bent the right fit. Two out, 1-1, top of the 5th, 3-0.
Ball. Trusted defense. He's got a good defensive lineup behind him.
Although last night they were right in the thick of things, weren't they? That was outside. Ooh. Little piece. Should be an easy out on first it is.
The plate is that they get a trampoline.
The size of the Australian players is against the size of the Japanese men.
About how you handle the bat and the speed that you can generate. Keeping your eyes open is always important when you're swinging. Have to do with the side of the plate they're batting on, their body shape, where they get a big leg, high leg kick. They're not big men. They've got to generate their power another way. Tadaki Saiki.
Now, at his first tournament. It's a little piece to third, a bit easy out of
tournament. I think we had something like, I think there were 16 teams there.
I know, I was reading about that. Nearly a perfect game, wasn't it?
Nearly a perfect game, yeah. And New Zealand could come out and win it. And interesting listening.
you, Mark.
Huh?
Must have been you, mate. From top because it was so much up in the air, but nevertheless, great to be involved.
Out those chords, though.
Well, the Kiwi boys had different ideas. There's a piece of it from Todd Hunter, right field coming.
Jeff Goolagong. He's finding it hard to adjust to. And might come back with a change-up again to him. No, drove it.
And there's Goolagong. And we know what Goolagong can do, and he's done it once again. 2 home runs last night. And another one to his tally. Didn't look good first 2 times at bat, but that makes up for it. Jeff Goolagong clearing the fence.
Just goes to show you're only ever one swing away from being back into the groove and having a really weak swing earlier in the at-bat.
Sends it sailing. 4-0.
Ball.
Death, I think, yes, he is.
Looked like Shales had already made his mind up before the pitch came down and ended up swinging a ball in the dirt. Nicometer. So there's really no comeback from a hitting point of view.
Australia be feeling pretty confident at the moment.
Now's his chance to extend their lead.
So Kirkpatrick facing... the piece straight down the middle.
Pitch looking like a drop ball from Kirkpatrick. Driven up the middle. Almost take...
And another piece pushing Kirkpatrick around, run extra runs and put even more pressure on Japan as he faces his first pitch. He's come back strong here this morning and into the afternoon. There's another little piece.
Short one.
Out into left field.
Oh, nice.
Great take.
Lovely catch. Kingo's infantry.
You know about Adam Folkard. Number one for a reason.
But when he was asked, he called it foul. Taking any possible tension out of the... You can generally tell by the batter's first reaction of the doubt with that one.
Surely. 2-2. Knuckle bones in preparation for the last pitch. Runner on first. Runner on. 1-1.
Oh.
Beautiful take. Oh, look at
The general public, but the Black Sox will know them very well. They're a very fast start. We should be able to take care of them with a bit of ease. I know, Coach, hit the pitch that the pitcher doesn't want you to hit. So to do that, you have to hit the pitch. You don't have a really tough team to beat.
I've got to ask you, what's it like as a supporter as opposed to having a definitive role?
Oh, it's fantastic. It's again, you come in here and you absolutely feel
perspective when you don't have a direct involvement with the challenge, as we see a sky ball here and the
In a game and tension and pressure and sometimes pressure does different things to different people.
Well, the pressure's been applied here to Japan too. They really haven't been able to go with it. Conceded 3 runs in the first innings. Goolagong smacked it over the fence to make it 4-0. And now Japan with a significant challenge. Have to score all 4 in the bottom of the 7th. That's assuming there are no more runs to Australia here.
Yeah, no use leaving anyone on.
Years of age. Takes a little time to get into rhythm. Shimada.
It's cheaper than catching the bus. And it's as well, if I'm correct.
Yes.
Whether it be around the ballpark, over a quick beer.
There's a runner on first.
Ball.
There's a pitch come now. Just see.
Winter's a powerful hitter. Can get hold.
Which is up next. Tina's on a bit of a roll at the moment. You know, they played really well yesterday.
There's the out. Now they're forced to look at 4.
The Japanese behind the 8 ball.
There's the
Yama with the bunt. The Australian team again put the shift on. The bunt goes down. Showers is right there. Makes a nice play, throwing on the run. Yama is able to get to first. A lot of their offense revolves around Yokoyama getting on base and the pace and confusion. Is asking for the interpreter and I believe they're going to come out, have a quick chat to umpire
No back.
Penaroya.
Okay? And the strike zone.
Our ball was in the strike zone,
Okay.
and that's why he called him out, because it was a strike.
A propósito.
Brings it another dimension.
Discussion with Coach Nishimura was a very short one, wasn't it? There we go, game over. Now that I didn't want to mention it before, as we see the last hit of the game, drive it to shortstop where it's taken out. Andrew Kirkpatrick's thrown a no-hitter here. The Japanese never got one runner on base. In 7 innings, he gave up 2 walks, so he faced 2 more than the minimum. 23 hitters, no hits, 2 walks, no runs. Outstanding pitching performance, and certainly what the Australians would have been looking for to come back from that heartbreaker last night against the Black Sox.
So Australia will be back later on this evening, and the Japanese, the men from the land of the rising sun, will return. A good tournament for them, but unable to go on with it and to compete for the title. Australia win it here, 4-0.